Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox 2 video, and today we're going to be returning to the Coloured Solar System series. So it's been quite a while since I last did one of these. I think the last time was in October where we did the Pink System Remastered, but now we're on to the grand finale of the Remastered series. So if you remember the last time we did one of these, it was the Rainbow System where I did one object of each colour, which gave us this system in the end of this cool background that I set up. So yeah, it started off with the white star, then we had the red planet, then we went orange. Like, you get the point. It went yellow all the way out to, I believe it was white in the end as well. So yeah, we did that last time. But yeah, this time, now we're in the new update. I've sort of been holding this video off as well, so for this update to come out. So yeah, now this update's came out where we can customize stars properly. Now I'm going to be doing the Rainbow Remastered, because this is what I've been waiting for. But yeah, this time we're going to be actually using a different simulation template. So I'm going to be going to the coloured background simulation here. So it's got the very high contrast coloured Milky Way here. I think that would be quite appropriate for this new version of the coloured solar system. So without further ado, let's just begin. So we're obviously going to start off with a white star. Again, I definitely want to have a white star as our central object. So what shall we go with here? Could go for something quite large, like Pollux, maybe, an orange giant. Or should go for something a little smaller, maybe. What should we go with? It's a hard choice, because I want it to be quite a fairly large star. I do like using Algol, I have to say. Then what about that one? I want one with quite a lot of mass as well. So how should we go with? I mean, I could just recolor another star. So I'm gonna go with I want something large. What I can do is I'm gonna go with Algol here. So we're gonna spawn it in. So there we go. We spawn it in there. Right, then let's obviously head towards it. Then I'm actually gonna give it an increase in mass. So hopefully it doesn't blow the thing up. So I'm gonna want to double that to. I want it around 14 suns. If I click play, can it handle that? Okay, it can. Cool. I'm not going to touch the luminosity or anything for now. It's got 4 suns. That should be all right. Not going for realism here. 7,000 I want in temperature. I want it to be a completely white star, as we can see there. So that's looking good. Appearance, we are going to go with all white. There we go. So there we are. All right, cool. So that is our star in place. And I'm actually, so I'm not forgetting it, I'm going to make a save straight away. So we'll call it, we'll just call it, we'll call it Rainbow Remastered. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this one. Ever since that update came out, I was like, I've got to get on doing this, and we have got to get this remastered version of this out, because this is going to be pretty cool. Right, so on to the first of the planets. What shall we go with? I've already got an idea, actually. I'm going to use Venus again. Right, so where are we now? I want to get the Hattable grid on. Okay, so where shall I put our first object? I want to use Venus. I'm going to place it in the red zone here. So we're not going to have anything super close to the star for a change with the system. So we're going to place it in the red zone like that. We're going to click play. We're going to see how warm it is. So where are we here? Right, so here's Venus. Right, so obviously we need to do it in the order like we did last time. So our first object is going to be red. So we are going to want to make it the ultimate red right there. I want to see the Venus texture underneath. Looks quite cool. Now, I believe I can recolor. I believe you can. There is a way to recolor the surface there. So I just need to. So surface colors, custom. There we go. So yeah, look, there we go. I can recolor it. So yeah, confirmed. You can do it. So I knew I saw some people do it. And oh wow, okay, that looks awesome. White or red or no, I'm gonna go with. Wow, that looks so damn cool. Wow. And then with the atmosphere as well. Oh yes, look at that. Right, so then if I click play, yep, there we go. I want this thing to get to around the 500 degree mark. So I want the atmosphere to go a little invisible. So, right, that red Venus. So look how cool that looks. So if I rename it something else, actually what I could do is if I put Earth in the name, it'll have white clouds as well. Are the white clouds visible at the moment? Okay, they are slightly visible. Because obviously if I don't have it named Earth, the clouds are a little less visible, so maybe I'll work my way around that. But for now, I'll just call it red. There we go. So that's our first object. So yeah, I'm going to move it a little closer to the star. I want it to warm up a little more. So we're going to lower its orbit. So that's similar to what Venus actually has anyway. Okay, so how hot is it going to go now? We're going to speed up time and see where we end up here. Okay, so it's going up in temperature. That is good. The red on that looks absolutely amazing. Right, so how are we going here? Let's just keep speeding up. Let's just let it get to the temperature. I want it to get to around 5. And then that's getting too hot. Okay, that's good. So now we can pull it back. But look how cool that looks. with all the red on it. Wow. Okay, so, right. We are going to want to definitely increase the orbit. So, where are we going now? Let's go up to around 300 days. Maybe that'll be a little more doable for it. We're 2 AU away from the object. If I just split it to 500, not 5,000, 500, will it increase or decrease? Okay, so it's increasing. So, we're going to want to go to its atmosphere pressure this time. I'm going to lower it to around 80. So, there we go. So, that'll give it a little more to cool off. So, hopefully that will cool down a bit. So, let's just let it play out. And now it's in the 500 area. Perfect. So, now if we slow down time, head towards red. So where are we here? So now you can see it's glowing hot, but the atmosphere is still visible on it as well. So you can really get a good look of it, and you can see like the molten lava there as well, looking awesome with the ultra red Venus. I mean, look at that. That looks very, 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 very hot. Definitely, that's definitely the right word for it. I mean, look at that. An ultimate hellish world right there. But yeah, that looks really, really awesome. So yeah, there we go. There is red done. First object of the day. And let's actually give it quite an interesting orbit as well. So we'll give it a bit of incline. Actually, no, I won't do too much for it. I want to make it slightly eccentric. We're not going to go too extreme. I'm going to make it just a little bit. So it's about 1 year to orbit the star now. So there we go. Just a slight difference. So yeah, there we go. That is our first object of the day there. So that is red. Now moving on to our second object, which will obviously be orange. I'm going to go over Rocky again. So where are we? See, I'm going to go, we'll go over small moon this time. So I'm going to put a little further out. Actually, no, should we have it far or close? Let's have it at not too far, much further. So I'm going to place it there. Right, so there we go. Right, so here is our second world of the day. So here we go. It's got a lot of weird markings on it with all the water it has. It's kind of weird how objects generate like this. I think they should fix the way they generate. Anyways, we're going to call it orange. Like so. There we go. Right, now with this guy, I want to remove all that water. I do not want water on anything. Right, there we go. Then we're going to go to appearance. Interface, definitely having it as orange. Nice, strong orange there. So there we go. So there is orange. So we can already see we were in the color order there, looking good. Right, so let's just get the orange exactly how I want it. I want the nice, like, deep orange there. Looking good. Right. So for the planet itself now, let's have a little play around with this. Try and get the colors how we want them. So... okay, so the high elevation on here is quite extreme. So let's see what it looks like if I put this to orange. Oh, okay, I'm liking that, actually. That's looking quite cool. Okay, looking good. I'm liking that. Right, cool. Right, composition, we don't want any water, because water will just make it look really weird. And I'm pretty sure it will probably all overheat anyway. I mean, there's no way an object this close to the star would probably be able to be habitable anyway. ATM, we're going to put it to about 2, or 3.2, sorry. I'm going to place it there. Then appearance, obviously we're going to need to close the menu and reopen it to access the atmosphere settings. There we go. Go to orange, absolutely. Get a nice shade of orange there. Really, really nice shade of orange atmosphere. Right, and then we'll just see how the planet works out. So put it to 0 degrees. It's going to smoke up. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to remove the water. It's actually a very small object, so I'm going to double it in size as well. We'll make it around sort of Mercury to Mars sort of size. So... a little larger than Mars. Okay, it's sucking up all that material again. Let's just get rid of any other particles as well. So let's just clear all those. Let's get to our planet here. Right, so how's it doing? So it's actually increasing temperature. I mean, maybe we could have like some sort of hot tropical world. Actually, no, I think we can roll with like a tropical orange atmosphered world. It'd be quite interesting actually. It's almost like a terraform Mars in a way, but yeah, there we go. So it's similar size to Mars anyway. Right. So how are we doing here? Water. How much water has this guy got? So we don't. Yeah, a little too much water on it. So we're definitely going to have a change there. Make it quite an ocean light world. I think only a little bit of water maybe. Actually, I want a little bit more than that. So yeah, where are we? Let's give it a little increase. So quite a tropical sort of island. It almost reminds me of like the Maldives or something with all these islands and stuff. Obviously there's some bigger water areas in some areas, and then other areas there's not so much water. So yeah, there we go. Really liking how this is coming along so far. I'm actually going to try the elevation options as well. So say I increase this. There we go. So it gives it a little more land and less water to play around with. So as we can see, we can really have a play around with this. We can either decrease it or increase it. Look at those orange clouds. An absolute beautiful looking clouds there. Times 10, obviously that'll make it a little more ridiculous. So let's just try and find a nice point. I don't want too much water on it. So yeah, well, how are we doing? Okay, so it's obviously too much. So I'm gonna I don't want to. I want to half it. Okay, there we go. So how about something like that? And then if we give it a slight water increase again, no, it's not liking that. So I think something like that would be quite good. So yeah, obviously it's close to the star. It's going to be fairly warm once I've got the settings all set up. But yeah, I don't want any ice. I don't think ice would be correct for this. So ATM, 0.4. We're going to put it to 1 ATM now. So how are we doing? I want to see that temperature increase. So we're going to put it to 10 degrees, see how it copes there. Is it going to increase or decrease in temperature? Let's have a look. Okay, so you are going to increase. Okay, cool. Is it losing mass? It looks like it's losing mass as well, so we're definitely going to give it a higher mass. 0.1 Earths. We're going to buff it up to about 1 Earth. Okay, it's a little too large. Okay, I want to decrease that. I'm going to go 0.4 Earths. Can you handle 0.4? Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, no material is being lost. It does look quite nice with the ice, but I think, yeah, I don't want water or any ice on this. So I want it to be more of a hot tropical sort of world. So, right, how are we doing? Surface pressure. We're gonna increase it a little more. We're gonna go to about 1.1 Earths now. And actually, one thing I'm going to definitely do in this, since this update now has the surface grids, we have got to have a tidally locked planet, I think. I think that would be really cool to have one side of the planet ultra hot and the other side completely freezing. I think that would be really cool. And we'll definitely have to add some water to it, because that would be quite interesting to look at. Right, so yeah, we'll see how that works out. But how's the temperature on this guy doing anyway? So let's just speed it up. I want that ice to go. Okay, so how are we doing? Actually, I'm going to check the albedo. We are going to lower the albedo. We're going to make it nice and warm here. So we'll go 37, 38 degrees. Okay, looking good. Still got some white areas. Is that the surface colour? Yes, we're going to remove that. We're going to completely... Oh, it looks quite good in black, actually. It looks make it looks more like a desert sort of world. And we can definitely have a few look around the colours to see what we get. So how are the colours looking? Obviously, greens and stuff, no way. I mean, no, it's definitely got to stay orange, I think. So I'm just going to leave it blacked out for the high elevation. Should be quite interesting there. Some weird ice areas. I think that's just a visual glitch. Got a little bit of North Pole in the North and South Pole area. So we've got a little bit of polar caps on it. But overall, I think that's looking quite good for like a tropical, hot sort of world. Obviously, not too much water. We'll increase it just a tad more. But I think that's a reasonable amount there. Actually, one thing I want to try is if I put Earth in the name, how would it look with white clouds? Oh no, spelled it wrong. Orange. There we go. And then we'll just call it Earth. So orange Earth, white clouds. How does it look with white clouds? You think? I think that looks quite nice. Actually, makes it look a little more friendly. Temperature's a little warm. Actually, I'm gonna just increase that albedo just a tad more. So there we go. Then we'll speed up time just to see how the planet handles it. So it should go down a bit. No, still increasing in temperature. Okay, now that is not what we want. So we're going to increase that albedo a bit more. So put it to 0.6. How are you doing there? So it's still getting hotter. Okay, so we'll have to see. If I put it down to 1 ATM as well, how will you handle that? Still getting hotter. Okay, so we really upset it by increasing the albedo. So we're going to increase it a little more. There we go. So now it's cooling down. If I put it to 40 degrees, it's going into the 30s again. Okay, so if I put it to 20, will it increase? No, it goes down from 20. Okay, so we need to actually decrease the albedo again. I want to get it in the nice sweet spot where it's quite warm. A lot warmer than what Earth needs to be. But yeah, as you can see, the polar caps are returning now. So we just need to get it in the right sort of area. Or I could make this guy tidally locked. No, I'm definitely going to do it. I think I'm going to do it for the next one, actually. So now it's actually getting too cold. So yeah, we do not want that. How's this orbit? Its orbit hasn't been interrupted. No, it's still fine the way it is. Right, so we just need to get the sweet spot. So albedo 0.6. Come on, that temperature to get a little warmer than that, game. Come on. So lower it a bit more. 0.4. How do you handle that? 30, 40, 40. Okay, so let's do that again. We're going to put it to around 0.57. Oh, God. Okay, that's going way too hot. We do not want that. So, albedo. Okay, so is that just going to... It's getting way too hot. Look at that. 100 degrees. No way. So, there we go. Increase it again. Just got to get it in that sweet spot. Still getting hotter. Okay, let's put it back to 0 degrees. Let it reset. 50 degrees. I don't want it any cold or hotter than 50. Okay, so 47, 46. Okay, it's cooling down a bit. 30 degrees. It warms up from 30. No, you're gonna... Okay, staying around the 28 area. I think I will roll with that, actually, because I think that's a lot hotter than what Earth is anyway. So I think that'd be quite nice there. So nice tropical sort of hot world there. Looking good with the white clouds as well. Very, very nice indeed. Albedo, I'm going to decrease just a tad to 0.65. Just want it to get a little bit more heat. I don't want it dropping below 20 at any point. So let's see how it does now. Okay, so we'll just let it play out. So 30, 40, as we can see, it's adapting slowly. We're going around this object very, very fast, as we can see. Now it's going into the hundreds again. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely not allowed. So we have to increase that albedo up. It's weird how this works now with all this surface grid stuff. So there we go. So I'm actually, how long does it take? 1.4. We're going to put it to 1 day as well, 24 hours. Hopefully that will let it cool off instead of getting too hot on one side. So okay, so how's it doing now? 20 degrees. Still getting colder. Okay, it's really hard to... I found since this update, it's a lot harder to sort of get the sort of temperature you want with planets now, just to the way it all works now. Okay, I'm just going to let that run, and we'll just see how it handles it for the remainder of this episode. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next object. Now, this is going to be the tidally locked one. So, we're going to place it... We'll place it a decent gap away from red and orange. So there we go. So we're in the yellow. This is going to be yellow now. It's already smoking up, so we're definitely going to have to fix that. So there's yellow. Right, we're going to want to add an atmosphere to it straight off the bat as well. So where are we here? Atmosphere, we'll just go to about... We'll make it quite an interesting. So we'll go 2 ATM. So we can see it's a little funny. And now I'm going to... This is getting tidally locked. So where are we? Tidally lock. So now the same face of the object will always face the star. So this face will always face the star. And then this side will never face the star. So it's going to be hot on one side, cold on the other. And now we're going to see how water will work on this with the tidally locking system. So that's obviously needing changing. Let's make it a super Earth sort of size as well. So radius, we'll put it to about 3 Earths in size. So quite a large guy here. Kilometers, about 90. Okay, a little too much. Okay, I want about 11. Let's go about 11,000. There we go, something like that. 4 masses of Earth, so quite a large guy, as we can see here. Right, so it's tidally locked now. So as you see from the surface menu, these hot areas should always be the same. But if we add water to it, the water should melt on one side. And we've got city lights. Ooh, cool. That's a random chance. You saw that was a random planet. That's quite rare to get that. So, okay, how are we doing here? So, how temperature is 12 degrees. So let's put it to 50. Let handle it a bit more. So if we let it play out now, it should be... We should have oceans on one side and then... Yeah, then ice on the other side. So we just need to sort of get it working. Got a little too much ice on one side now. Look at that. All the ice on that side. So we just have to get it the way we want it. Quite a weird object, this one, I have to say. I'm going to increase the elevation on it. So where are we here? Want to increase that a bit more? No? Seems quite glitched, this guy, actually. So let's just remove the ice completely there. So we're traveling at a few months. How's the surface doing? So it's very hot and then completely cold on the other side. Minus 80 at night time there. So that's pretty crazy. Add a bit of water. That's weird the way it works. So how hot is it in the daytime then? So it's... You can see it's a bit glitchy, this one. Maybe the tidally locking wasn't the best, but there we go. Put it to the correct colours while we're waiting for it to sort of make its mind up. That's looking pretty cool already. Nice ultra yellow. So I think it's supposed to look like this, maybe. But it's a little weird the way it's working. So I thought maybe like a yellow and black sort of world would look quite cool, actually. So then we just have to lower the water until we just get a nice amount to appear. So very weird, very glitched. Maybe I'll respawn it and try again. Have to sacrifice the city lights because look, there's hardly any water on it, but the ice is still covering the whole surface. So it's kind of weird why it's doing that. So where are we again? I want to go to surface. So the temperature is 22 degrees. What if I increase it more to, I don't know, 60? No, that's not going to melt. Is this like a new form of the frozen glitch? It looks like there's oceans on this side, like you can see here. Studio. Oh no, that's not oceans. It's just a dark surface. Okay, so it's weird why it's doing that. I don't know why. I mean, I can increase this number as much as I want. We're not seeing any land really increases. Oh, that's very weird. I don't know why. It's very, very strange. Okay, we're going to spawn a new object in. That one seems to just not be having it. So yeah, there we go. Right, let's actually maybe we just do it with a world that actually works. So, or actually, no, what I'll do is I'll spawn another one in. So there we go. Right, so it's a decent gap away. Okay, I'm going to put it back to the size I want. So about 11,000, sorry. So there we go. Then I'm going to fully colonize it first. Then I'm going to tidally lock it. Then we'll see what we'll end up with. So there we go. Slow down time. Very, very cold here. 0 degrees. You're going to warm up. There we go. It's weird. The game is definitely different with the way it works since this update. I've noticed it's kind of weird. It's very weird with like the way the temperature works. But it's definitely not the same as it was before. But yeah, there we go. So we've got a nice yellow world now to work with. Then obviously we're going to want to add an atmosphere to the sky. So let's just start off with let's go 3 ATM. Right. So we'll just start off with that. Close the menu, reopen the menu so we can access the atmosphere settings. Let's make it a nice yellow. There we go, looking good. Right, I'm going to retexture it as well. I don't like the surface texture it's currently got. So I'll go with, no, not that one. Nope. I'll go with that one. There we go, looking good. Okay, all the colours are looking nice. Yes, do that yellow as well. Maybe the low elevation is white. No, absolutely no. Right, okay, so I'm going to make it all yellow. Right, now I'm going to want to colonize it. So we just need to check the temperature it's going to. So it's warming up, so hopefully a bit of water will be nice to it. Okay, yeah, the water's definitely glitchy. 100% it's glitchy. Yeah, there's still obviously a work in progress feature, but it's doing a little better than last time, I have to say. But it's very weird. Very, very strange with the way it works. 20 degrees. You going to melt? Come on, melt. We don't want any of that nonsense here. Come on. You going to melt? No? You don't have it? That's water is very weird in this update. 100 degrees. Are you going to melt? Water is a strange one. It is a very strange one. Okay, let's just spawn a world that already has water on it. So how about... Let's just go... Maybe I'll just go with one of my old templates. So what should we use here? I'll just retexture. I'll just use Pascal since I know that's a world that works. Then obviously we're going to want to recolor it all. But if I just click play... Okay, so how's this guy doing? So we've got a bit of like weird ice going on up here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an atmosphere or gas giant, make it normal again. Okay, so now the ice is on it, but is it going to melt for us? 40 degrees. No? Very, very weird. It is very strange why it does that. Now it's completely frozen. Frozen glitch doesn't seem to be patched. But actually, what I'll do is I'll give the simulation a reopen and a save. Maybe that will give it a help. But yeah, there we go. So there we go, remaster it. Right, there we go. Looking good. So let's just replace that. Right, good. Right, now moving on. Let's try reopening the simulation completely this time. So where are we here? There we go. So let's reopen the simulation. Okay, looking good. Right, now let's try again. We'll go over random Rocky this time. Place it there. Right, then all we want to do is add water to it. Okay, so this one's already got water on it. And it's all freezing up. Okay, so it's at minus 270. That's understandable. 50 degrees. Okay, this one seems a little more promising. So we'll see how this one works. So we're also going to want to add an atmosphere. So we'll just go 1 ATM, just something nice and simple. Okay, so the temperature on this guy, 0 degrees. So it's getting too cold. Okay, so we need to warm it up. So decrease the albedo a bit. Where are we in the zone of the star, just to get an idea? Okay, so we're in the green zone, in the inner green zone now. So that's warming up. Okay, good, good. So it's already a large size, so I'm not going to change the size on it. I think that's fine. Okay, so it's increasing slowly, so I'm going to give it a little buff. We're gonna increase it a bit more, 1.45 ATM. We're going to put it to 20 degrees, see if it can handle that. You gonna handle it? Okay, yeah, 20 degrees. No, it's still warming up. Okay, cool. Okay, so this should be good to work with. So then I'm going to add some water to it. So a little more water. Now we just have to hope it doesn't freeze up or cause any of that rubbish. So, okay, there we go. So adding water to it. Then I'm going to just give it a slight change on the surface. So where are we here? No, I want the elevation options. Yep. So where are we here? Okay, so it's working nicely. Okay, there we go. So, right, we've still got a decent amount of water on it, I'd say there. Right, so just add a bit more water to it. We've got just get a little more oceans to it. And then I'm at the surface. We're just gonna increase that a bit more. These options are very weird. I'm still getting used to them, but they are pretty weird with the way they work. Okay, so I'm gonna click play. Okay, so now it's we just have to click play as well. That also helps. So now I want to increase that more. Okay, so we've got some land there. Decent amount of land, decent amount of ocean, I'd say. Maybe a little less land. How are we doing there? So elevation. Just give it a little lower. Okay, there we go. I think that's a decent 50, or maybe a little over 50-50, but I think that's a decent amount of sea and land. It doesn't need to be pretty, so I want to make it more practical with the Tidally lock-in. Now we can start to customize it to our specifications. So where are we there? Looking good. And yellow. Just make it all yellow out. There we go. Looking good. Right, now here comes the next part. So we're just going to name it as well. Yellow. I'm also going to save it, just in case we have any problems. So there we go. Save and replace. There we go, just let that do its thing. Sometimes it's a little longer than others, really weird. Okay, there we go. So that is all working as of right now. So looking good. And it's still warming up nicely in temperature. Okay, good, good. Right, so we'll slow it down again. Have to check on the other planets at some point as well. But yeah, there we go, that is working. So now if I simply just click Tidally lock, it should make it interesting. Okay, so there we go. So the water's all operational. So there we go, job done. So over time, this will change. So if we just let time play out for a bit, we're going to notice that the white zone, which is always facing the star, that area is going to heat up pretty high. But the other area that is not facing the star, that's going to be frozen now. So yeah, there we go. So is it frozen on this side now? Let's just get a peek. Studio. So I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. High elevation is yellow. Okay. That's weird. So it seems to... I want to say it's more frozen on this side than it is on that. Yep. I think it's worked. Yeah, it's definitely freezing up. But this side it isn't. I don't think it is. That's definitely the ocean there, isn't it? If we just hide the atmosphere. Yep, that is ocean. So there we go. Job done. So the side it's facing the star, that is now got oceans on it. But the side it isn't facing the star, completely frozen up. All frozen. So there we go. We've got our tidy locked planet all working now. So it's still a little... I don't know why it's still showing like white on the front side of the object. I don't know. I have no idea why it's doing that. But the fact is it works. So that, I'd say, is job done for yellow now. I mean, we can have a... Actually, no, before I play with it, I'm going to save it again. There we go. Just in case anything goes wrong. So always good to take precautionary measures. But yeah, you can see in the surface chart, 300 degrees in the sun area. But then it gets completely freezing at night time. So the safe area will be in the twilight area between the two, night and dark. So you want to sit roughly in this area here, which is where the ice meets the water. That's where you want to sort of live on this world. So it'll be quite an interesting one. Let's check the stats on it. 14 life likelihood, 92 similarity, but it's tidally locked after all, so make it a lot more interesting. Right, now let's see if I can try and fix this ice on it. So I'm going to just play around with this, and then we'll keep it playing, actually. So this value here. So if I lower it, does it just... Oh, you can see some of the... Ah, there we go. So we just had the elevation was too high. That's what we want to do. So there we go. We can have a bit of ice on it, I guess. I mean, it doesn't seem really right, but there we go. I'd say that's... It's all frozen on the side. That's fine. And then maybe I'll just lower the water just a tad bit. So where are we? Just nice and easy. Nothing too much. So it's a little more ice to it, but I think roughly that is it. So this will be the scorching hot land here. And then the habitable area will be in this sort of a zone here. But the thing is, there's no land there. So that'll be quite an interesting world to sort of adapt to, I have to say there. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I'm just going to keep playing with these settings to see if we can get any more land to appear. So, okay, we've got a bit more there, but it just makes it all frozen up, which is not exactly what we want. Just try and get a little more yellow to show. So something like that. So there is some land there. You can see there's definitely some land there. Okay, but look how cool the... Just while... we're zoomed in, just look at the clouds go. Just admire that for a second. Just look how cool it looks with all them going around there. So yeah, there we go. That, I'd say, right, now that is job done. No more editing required for that. So save and replace. So looking good. So that's a very interesting one. That's like the very first tidy sort of locked world I've ever put in one of these simulations. So it's good to branch out to new objects as well. But yeah, there we go. So we've got red, orange, and then yellow, which is a further gap away. So how's orange Earth doing? Okay, that's still looking good. Nice oceans on there, and then red world should be still in the 500 degree area. So here it is here, 900 degrees. Okay, yeah, okay, we have to do a little bit of remodeling on here by the looks of it. We're going to increase the albedo on this for sure. So a little, even more reflective than Venus is now. So I've actually had to buff that up. But it does look really cool, I have to say like that. Okay, so one thing we'll do as well. Atmosphere, we're going to lower it a bit. So 79, we're going to put it to 65 ATM. So that should let it cool down a bit. Reset it to 500 degrees, and we'll see what it does throughout this episode. So now moving on to green. I think green will be a good colour to represent a habitable world, a normal habitable world. Because obviously this orange one, that's still very, very, very hot. I want to make a normal world, which will be at nice temperatures. So what should we go with this time? Could try one of the old god planets. I mean, maybe. Actually, I'm going to try... Yeah, I'm going to try and model a Pascal, actually. I'm going to place that in. Give it a slightly different orbit as well, since fairly similar, all of these oval-shaped orbits. I'm going to put labels on so I can actually find it. Okay, here we go. So this one has got some exotic clouds on it. But first of all, we need to reset its surface. So we're going to just go ahead and do that. So there we go. So that should hopefully reset the surface up, I want to say. Remove all the water. Add the water back. Okay, so hopefully that will fix any trouble we got. Okay, so there are all the clouds. Okay, so we'll see if we can make this guy work. So the atmosphere is already the correct colour. So now I need to just make it all green, since that is what it will be. So there we go. All greened out. We can give it some darker green shades as well. I guess we can have some white on it too. Okay, so how does this guy rotate? We're going to... See, it doesn't even rotate, so it's tidally locked right now. So we're going to want to put it to 23 hours. So let it change up a bit. Hopefully the water on it will change as well. Just add a bit of water to it. Kind of weird how it works. So there we go. So slow down time, going way too quickly now. Wait, traffic. Wait, did I put 24 seconds? No, 24 hours. No, 1 day. Just 1 day. There you go. Right, good. So you need to let that sort of work itself out. So how are we doing? See, that's still a little too hot on the facing the star there. Okay, so now if we start to add water to it, how does it appear? Is it still going to be glitched? Or it looks like it is. We'll not be able to use the crazy clouds. Actually, it is just loading in after all. So, okay, no, I think we'll be all right. I think the clouds are just loading in, which is kind of weird, but it is a modded object after all, so you just got to expect it to be a little more buggy. Perhaps is it going to go any further? The clouds? You gonna any more? It's quite a weird one. This I have to say. Or maybe we shouldn't do it. I mean, it does look really good, the green. I mean, we could make it work. I mean, it'd just be like a weird sort of cloud area. I don't know. So, okay, 1 days. Okay, so if I just let it play out for a bit, how does it handle it? Does the water change? Okay, so it's getting too cold, so we need to definitely give it some atmosphere. So we're going to put it up to about 2 ATM to start off with, just something simple there. We're going to lower the albedo, let it warm up a bit. If it actually lets me lower this value. Play. There you go, play. So I don't want you getting too cold. I want to put it to 0 degrees again. So still getting too cold. Okay, so where are we in the zone now? Okay, so we're starting to get to the edge of the zone. So if I drag it a little closer to the yellow, maybe that will help out. So then we want to auto orbit as well. So click this option there. Right, okay, there we go. And it's slightly inclined as well, so it does look different. Right, so it takes 4 years to go around the star as well, damn. Right, so 0 degrees. Still getting too cold. Okay, so we have to really give it... Okay, so that's all fine. Just checking its size. Okay, so we're going to have to really have a little play around with its temperature settings here and the atmosphere and stuff. So composition, no, surface, we want surface. So where are we? Atmosphere. So increase the infrared emission, lower the albedo a bit. It's weird why it's doing that. It may just be because it's a modded object, but I really want to try and sneak this guy in. So there we go. 0. Yeah, see, look, it resets. Okay, never mind. Scrapping it. That's a shame, but it has to be done because it's built in an older version. Obviously, it's not capable of being transferred over, so that kind of sucks. So we'll just go with a nice random rocky. I'm going to place it quite close to the yellow one. Inclined as well. Right, there we go. Okay, so this will be green. So where are we now? So yeah, green. So we're just going to name it green. Okay, there we go. And I have to actually end this episode off soon as well, since I am quite limited for time today. But yeah, there we go. So I'll definitely have to get more episodes of this out as well, since the rainbow one was always going to be more than one part anyway. So it's just so much that needs to be put into it, and I want to make it good after all. So right, there we go. Let's just get our colours all set up, looking nice already. Okay, so what's the size on this guy doing? So it's around at the size of Earth. Okay, good. Okay, so atmosphere. We also need an atmosphere to it. We'll go with 1.5 ATM to start off with. There we go. So 0 degrees, see how it handles. Because it's already warming up, already looking very nice indeed. We can see this cloud glitch has occurred again. So I'm going to actually delete that. And we're going to save and reopen the simulation. Because I don't know why it's suddenly doing that all of a sudden with those weird clouds like not loading in properly. So we'll do that. Then we'll go back into the simulation again. And then we'll see where we are. So there we go. Right. So let's give it a go again. So let's zoom out, lock onto the star again since I've lost sight of it. There we go. See, I don't know why it's been a little glitchy, but yeah, one thing I will say about this new version, this new update, is very, very glitchy. There's a lot of new bugs that have appeared from what I've seen. So yeah, just keep an eye out for them if you're designing systems, because they can be very, very troublesome, as you've seen from some of the ones we have came across today. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's all freezing up already. Any atmosphere on this one? No, there is not an atmosphere. Okay, so we'll start off with, again, 1.5. Add that atmosphere on. Then reopen it. See, the temperature definitely doesn't work the way it used to either. So it's still getting too cold. So yeah, there we go. You can sort of see it's all, the ice and stuff is all loading in very weirdly. You can see there. It didn't used to do that earlier in this episode. It's very, very strange why it does it. It is very, very weird. I mean, it's just remove the water completely. Just get out of here. And then we've added a bit to it. Why does it do that? That's very, very glitchy. And a lot of other people have reported it as well. Similar sort of glitches and scenarios to this and what I've seen. But anyways, let's decrease the albedo, let it warm up. It may just be because it's too close to the temperature. So 20 degrees, how are you going to handle that? Okay, the clouds look like they're loaded in this time, by the looks of it, I'm hoping. So yeah, how are we doing here? So 20 degrees, you're going to warm up, cool down, any of that? No, it's okay, so it's cooling down. Okay, so it doesn't get any colder than 10 degrees, so I'm actually going to give it a slight buff with the, it's going to go slightly lower the albedo a bit, actually, so I'm going to put it to 0.10, 0.10, There we go. So there we go. Right, how are we doing now? So 10 degrees. You can warm up anymore? We're going pretty fast around the star now, so should be a little more. It's 11 degrees. You can see the weather is changing on it. I want it higher than 12. I want it to be Earth. You can see it's all changing around there. How's it rotate? You've got to be careful of how the planets rotate. So 1.45 days. We're going to put it to 1.2 days for rotational period. Hopefully that will help out a bit as well. Okay, so 1.5. We're going to put it to 1.6. Slight increases to get that temperature a little higher. 13, 12. Okay, so a little bit more. So we're going to want to decrease the albedo a tad bit more. Just a tiny increase to the atmosphere pressure. Get it a little warmer. 16, 15. Okay. Looking all right. It's still frozen, though. I think this is... I want to say this is the Frozen Glitch Mark II, in a way. Because it's still frozen when it shouldn't be. And I'd argue that isn't right. So if I just try and... The old way of fixing it doesn't work. If I make it a gas giant... Even making it a gas giant doesn't fix it. So all of the counters that used to work don't actually work anymore either. So that is very, very frustrating. While it's doing it. There we go. So water's there. If I click play, is it going to work? Oh, okay. So maybe onto something now. Okay. I'm going to throw a save in. Just in case, because it looks like we've got it working now. Okay, so maybe if you add more water to it, it fixes it or something. Maybe I didn't have enough water. I don't know, so I'm still getting used to the way this new update works, and I don't know all of its secrets and ways to fix things as of yet. So I'm going to make that all green as well. So we'll make the high areas very, very green, and then it gets like slightly darker as you go to the lower elevation there. Atmosphere, obviously, we're having that in green. Oh, yeah, look at that. I actually want to do, like I've done with the orange planet, I want to have it with white clouds as well. So we're just going to call it Green Earth. There you go. White clouds on it. Looking very nice indeed. Okay, and then the water, we just want to increase a bit more. So, yeah, there we go. Play. And there you go. Looking good. Oh, yes. Look at that. Nice. That's looking really nice. Got plenty of land, plenty of ocean, nice temperature. We'll check the surface conditions now. So, yeah, there you go. There we are. Okay, composition. How are we doing here? 94 and 54. Okay, so yeah, pretty decent stats on it there. Nice blue, I was about to say blue sky. Nice white clouds, sorry. Let's go ahead and land somewhere where there's some cool clouds. So very white areas here. I'm guessing that's the highest of the elevation there. So where should we land? Let's just land on this like island bit here. Let's get a land on here. Oh, we've fallen through the planet. Okay, that's very weird. Can I land on the surface? Is that, or will it just always do that now? Oh, you fall through it. Okay, so that must be some sort of bug as well, unless it's just me. But yeah, look, you fall through the... we've fallen through it. Okay, so I guess I'll just manually fly there. So yeah, there we go. Let's just fly under the clouds. So how are we doing here? Let's fly manually. Okay, so this is what we should be seeing. So there we go. So it's got the white clouds, as you can see there. So yeah, there we go. Right, looking good. Cool. So that is our green planet done there. So 15 degrees, very Earth-like there. So yeah, there we go. Rainbow Remastered. Let's save that. And there we go. So we've done 4 planets now, all customized to what specifications I am after. So yeah, there we go. I'd say we've got a pretty decent bunch so far for episode 1 of this. Since yeah, I think this may be this probably could be a 2, 3, 4-parter series for the finale of the coloured solar systems. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, very nice start so far, I think. Let's just get a lineup of all of our planets. So we've obviously got our star, which is bigger than everything else, and then moving on to the planets. So we have our tidally locked yellow planet. So yeah, tidally locked, you can see it there. Oceans on one side and then completely frozen on the other due to the tidally locking. So that's really cool. Then we got our green Earth, the one we just designed, very, very nice. And then we got our 2 smaller worlds here. The red one actually, it's a little too small. I kind of want to make it a little bigger than that. And then we got our orange Earth, which is quite small as well. But yeah, I think the red one, I think before we end off, we are going to give it a slight increase in size. It's still too hot for my liking as well. Times 2. 6 masses of Earth. Ooh, okay, I'm going to give that a little, I'm going to lower that a bit. I think about 4. I don't want anything higher than 4. So let's put it down to 4. Still quite large in size as well. So about around that. Click play. So how are we doing now? 0. Let's go to 500 degrees. So how's that going to handle now? So it's all running. I like I said before, I like my simulations to run. So how are we doing? 500 degrees, 501, 502k. Still going hotter than what I want. So we're going to give that albedo an increase again. Actually, we're going to lower this. We're going to put it to 32 now. 32 ATM. So you can see it's quite a weird world. How long does it take to rotate? 243. Yes, it still rotates like Venus would. So we're gonna put it to 50 days. Let the temperature go around the planet a bit more. So yeah, there we go. Because I reckon the rotational period is a big part of why some of these planets don't work straight away now. You got to keep an eye on your rotational period, because if it doesn't rotate, it's gonna freeze up on one side. But if it's going too fast, it won't warm up. Like, you got to be very careful with what you put in these settings now. So you just have to keep an eye on that temperature. I want to see how high it goes. If I have it to 600, I don't want it going any higher than 600, so it needs to decrease. I'm going to have to change it. Okay, so yep, still doing it. So we're going to increase that albedo up to, can't have it on 1. I'm going to put it to 0.98 now, so that should surely decrease. 500. 499, so now it's getting too cold. So we just have to find the sweet spot of where we want it. So I'm going to try 0.95. So 466. It needs to go to 467. Come on. 480. Okay. 500. How high is it going to go? Come on. I don't want you to get into 600. Please peak. Peak. Don't go any higher. No. Ah, still in the 600s. Yeah, I don't want it that high. Right. Yeah, the temperature definitely changes different to the way it used to. I feel like it takes a lot longer. So atmosphere pressure at 25 atm. So it's no longer even Venus-like. It's completely changed. 637. 638, still getting hotter. Damn, that was very annoying. 0.97. There we go. Okay, now it's cooling down, but does it increase from 500? 499. No, it doesn't. Very, very weird the way this works. So what we're gonna do now is can we move it slightly closer to the star? Maybe that will help. So what is it? It's a little bit. So it's just 1 Earth year of orbit time now. 49849. Okay, so it's still getting too cold. So orbital period, we're going to just lower it a bit more. Going to make it get closer and closer to that hot star in the middle. So how's its temperature going to handle that now? 500 degrees. So if we put it to 600, is it going to cool down? Still getting hotter. So you've got to really work hard to try and get the temperatures you want with these objects. So 617, 600. It needs to cool down from 600, but stay above 500. 600. Okay, so we're onto something now. So it's just above 600. So if I slightly increase that orbital period a bit more, it should hopefully go into the 550 area now. So I'm assuming it's going to warm up a bit more. Oh, and dead on 550. Good. Right, awesome. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is. It has a slightly eccentric orbit as well, so that's obviously also part of it. But now I am happy with the way that is. So yeah, we are going to finish off on that high today, guys. So yeah, there we go. So hopefully you all enjoyed today's episode of the Rainbow System Remastered. So you can see there's still some hot areas on it there, but overall it still looks very, very cool indeed. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed part 1 of the Rainbow System Remastered, and yeah, I'll hopefully try and get part 2 out in some time. Hopefully it won't take too long, but yeah, this is actually going to be a pre-recorded video since I'm going away for a couple of days, so I don't know when this will release, but I'll definitely make sure to get part 2 and 3 out and get this all finished up before about halfway through January, hopefully. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. But yeah, hopefully you will enjoy part 1 of this video, or of this new series, I guess, this new sub-mini series of the Rainbow Pacific one. But yeah, let me know what you thought down below, and also for the future colours that we're going to add in, let me know what sort of objects you want to see. Like, do you want any specific colour as a gas giant or something like that? Or we're definitely going to add some moons, so you could recommend some moons for these guys as well. Let me know what you want to see, as we can make it like a collaborative effort. And if you guys let me know what you want to see, so I'll give it a few days. And maybe I'll release this video a little earlier to get some feedback from you guys as well. That should be pretty cool. But yeah, with that all out the way, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Helps on the journey to 12,000 subscribers. And also, let's see if we can go 50 likes. Actually, see if we can go for 50 likes on this video, guys. Quite a higher goal, but we have been hitting them quite a lot recently. So let's see if we can do that. That'll be really, really awesome and much appreciated. And yeah, guys, a massive thank you for watching this video as well. And yeah, just make sure you guys all have a great day. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.